Okay, good morning. So Simon Reish Lamed Vav Sif Gimel. What is the story if you come late for Maariv? How should we conduct ourselves? So it says the Mechaber, Motza Sibba Shekar Kriya Shema. You walk into shul for Maariv, and they're halfway through Kriya Shema. V'reit Sim Lamed B'Tfila, and they're getting ready. They're sort of or towards even further progressed, and they're getting ready to daven Shemona Esra. So they're well into Maariv. Yispalel Imohem, you daven Shemona Esra with them. And you say, and then afterwards, after you finish Shemona Esra for Maariv, then you say Kriya Shema with the brachas afterwards. Okay, says the Mishnah Berurah, V'roit sim lamed b'tfila. So they're ready to daven. Now, if you get to shul, if you look at footnote 26, which is in the back of the Mishnah Berurah, he says, what if you get there so late that they're already davening Shemona Esra? Again, it happens, right? So you come into shul for Maariv, and they're already davening Maariv Shemona Esra. So he says in 26 an important rule. He says, "Hatzibu kva hischilu tefillah Shemona Esra, kosv hashulchan aruch le'el, shelo yaschil el im meshaya sheyaspik l'sayim kodim sheyagia hashatz b'kadosh tiskabel v'yehesh meirabo." I.e., that if you estimate that you can daven with them, even though they've already started Shemona Esra, and you will still catch the Kaddish after Shemona Esra, then you're good to go. You can daven with them, you hear the Kaddish afterwards, and then you say Kriya Shema afterwards. So it depends, you've got to just work out the timings. Let's say Maariv is at 10 o'clock at night, and you get to shul at 10:06, and you know they normally finish Maariv at 10:12. Yeah, it's got to be quite scientific. And you get in there, if they've just started Shemona Esra, then you're probably okay. Because you can say Shemona Esra, you hear Kaddish, and then you can say Shema afterwards. But if you get there where there's, most people have already finished Shemona Esra, and you can see the Chazan is ready to go in a minute, then you've lost it. Then it's too late. So that's if you get there afterwards. Now, what if they haven't yet started Shemona Esra? So says the Mishnah Berurah, "V'imhem oiskim adayim b'birchas Kriya Shema." If they're still busy with the brachas of Kriya Shema, v'hu meshah she'ad sheyagiu hatzibur l'Shemona Esra yuchel loyma Kriya Shema u'birchaseh ad shema Yisrael ad yasakein. So it depends what time you get there. So if you get there and they're still, for example, saying Birchas Kriya Shema, but they're doing it very slowly, or they're saying the Birchas Kriya Shema before they've even said Shema, and you estimate that you can say the brachas of Kriya Shema, Shema, and the brachas after Kriya Shema, and you can finish Shema Amei Yisrael Ad, and you can skip Baruch Hashem La'olam, then you should do that. Yeah, so then v'yispalel Shemona Esra matzibur. Why? Da'osim psukim ein ela minhag. To skip Baruch Hashem La'olam is not the end of the world because it's only a minhag and it's not an essential part of Maariv. V'yesh gedolim shesovim she'ein lo'imram. There are gedolim, like we said, the Gan, the Shulchan Aruch, who say that anyway you don't say it. V'lochein mutav l'daleg, and therefore it's better to skip Baruch Hashem La'olam k'dei l'kaim tfilas hatzibur b'tzibur im smichas kul l'tfilah, so that you can have the benefit of davening being somech kul l'tfilah. Kein kosu kama achronim. V'hinei b'divrei ataz v'eli rabba mevu behedja to Baruch Hashem La'olam v'gam yorinenu yoma achat tfilah. Now, if you skip Baruch Hashem La'olam because you want to be somech kul l'tfilah, do you say Baruch Hashem La'olam afterwards? According to this, the Taz and the Eli Rabba, that you do, they say first you do. V'chein hetik hachay adam. V'chein mashem ksas magan avram b'sif kotem beis. Ochein, however, b'maiser Rav, according to the maiser Rav, the Gan, kosav da'achat tefillah lo yom ha'psukim de Baruch Hashem La'olam, that you do not say these psukim after davening. Or mashma time that niskan el amar b'mkaymei v'lo achash kvais balarvis, because it was instituted to be a replacement for Shemona Esra. Once you've done Shemona Esra, it was never instituted to do it after Maariv. And therefore, the best thing to do is to say it, but just don't say the bracha at the end to avoid any doubt. The bracha delei chasima ba'alma eina chashuv bracha klal. Even though if you're not saying the bracha, it's not really considered the bracha. Mikol malchum kivin dafilu kodim yutches rak minig ba'alma. Okay, it's a minig ba'alma, and therefore it's enough. If in a place where they daven Maariv before night, or you came to shul early, to daven with that early Maariv, and they've already said Baruch Hu, right? Now this is quite common. Let's say to the Maariv yesterday was 6:45. So, you sometimes see people, they're coming straight from work, they're a bit delayed, they rush in and it's 6:55 or 7 o'clock, and they've missed Mincha, but Maariv has begun. What do? Yispalel Mincha, whilst they're still davening, they've just come in this Baruch Hu, so they haven't done Mincha yet. So what should he do? Yispala mincha ba'id shehem korin kriya shema birchas el. Daven your mincha shmona esra whilst they're saying the brachas and they're saying kriya shema. V'ach kach yispala arvis matzibur. And then do another shmona esra with Maariv. V'ach kach kriya shema birchas el b'layla. And then you say kriya shema and brachas afterwards. Okay, however. Yeah, go on, Yossi.
It's going to be very
quick. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, true. Okay. Im yelo letfilas arvis minyan belayla. But if there is a later minyan for Maariv, which Baruch Hashem there is in this town, yamtin betfilas mincha v'yispal b'shashis v'zim be'arvis. Better to just wait. Daven your mincha shmona esra whilst they're davening their Maariv shmona esra. V'tfilas arvis yispal lachkach b'dina im atzibur belayla, and then daven later. Okay, if that's possible. Yeah. Okay. Yispal limohem. So this is now going on. The Machaba says that if you come to Maariv and they've already started Maariv, you daven your Shemona Esra with them, and then you say Shema and Birchas Krishma afterwards. Says the Mishnah Berurah, you've got Yud Beis, Yispal limohem tefillah sibur adifa, because it's more important to daven b'tzibur mimemasmech gula l'tefillah than to juxtapose gula l'tefillah, the arvis of Maariv. Even if it's before Nacht, you should still daven your Shemona Esra with them. But you could Krishma birchas, and then later you say Krishma afterwards. So if you came to shul yesterday, you say you daven mincha in town, and you came for Maariv yesterday, and they've already started. So daven Shemona Esra with them, so you can daven, and then when it comes night, you say the brachas of Krishma and Shema later at this month. Mosa Yuchel is Spalish Shemona Esra the Arvis and Bojom for when you can actually daven Maariv and Bojom. Okay, we dealt with that. Avol Kol Zeh Dafka Kashul Mishah Shlo Yuchel Lahazig Achach Min Netfilas Nemayim. That's when if you can't find the minyan later. Ilav Hochi Ein Lo Levatel Mitzvah Smicha Gula Tefillah. Because otherwise, if you can daven Maariv later, then for sure you should try and do that. Okay. Dalet. Achash Shema Yisrael Am Yisrael Ad Omer Omein. That's the Mechab according to his Shitta, that you say Amen to your own bracha for the brachas of Kriya Shema. But you don't say Amen to your own bracha of Baruch Hashem Le'olam Amen V'Amen. Yeah, that bracha, Hamelech B'chvayid Hamelech Le'olam Kol Masav, you don't say Amen to that bracha. V'ayin Le'el, says the Ramah, Siman Reish Tezvav, says because that's the Ramah who says that's not Minhag Ashkenaz. Minhag Ashkenaz is not to say Amen to your own brachas. Says the Mishnah Berurah Yud Gimel, Shehusim brachas Kriya Shema v'azal mechabel l'tamei v'mashe posek v'siman reish tes v'ov sif aleph ein sham v'lo ya'aneh ki hi ein shaykh l'brachas Kriya Shema. So according to the Mechaba, you say Amen to Shem Am Yisrael Ad to your own bracha, but not to Baruch Hashem Le'olam. Why? Ki hi ein shaykh l'brachas Kriya Shema. It's not the brachas of Krishma, and therefore you don't say Amen to your own bracha. Don't have in mind it's a bakasha to bring the geula, because you can't make a tefillah in the chasima of a bracha, in the very ending of a bracha. Ella, so what is pshat? It's a praise to Hashem. Shakadosh Baruch Hu Yimlech Aleinu. V'ayin le'el b'siman reish tesvav. That's the Ramah. Ratzulema sheksham kosav haRamah sheb'mdinoseinu ein noagin lanis acha brachas asma. Our minhag is not to say Amen after our own brachas. Afilu acha brachas shemei am Yisrael ad. Okay, let's just do reish lamed zayin. It's really very quick. Ein shteach tzibur chayze b'tfilas aris. There's no chazoras hashatz in Maariv. Ve'ein leifin al pleim acha aris. Nor do we do tachanun after Maariv. Says the Mishnah Berurah, you've got an aleph, ein shliach tzibur she'ein tefillas arvis chayva rak mitzvah, because Maariv was never instituted initially as a chayv, just as a mitzvah. V'lo nischayv ba'adam she'istorach shliach tzibur lo yitziyah dechayvaso. Therefore, there was never a chiyuv that Chazal said that there needs to be chazoras hashatz to discharge a person's obligation. V'afilu ha'idna tekavlochav. Even nowadays, it is considered a chayva to daven Maariv. Mikol makom lo alim minhaga l'shaviyah chayva k'dei latruchi tzibur lachzir hashatz ha'tefillah. But it's not such a big chayv that it would necessitate a chazoras hashatz. Ve'ein noiflin, v'chein kotzav ha'bacham morgan avram, v'afilu hispalo arvis and beijoim ein noiflin. Even if you daven Maariv whilst it's still daytime, you don't say tachanun de kvar shav yalayla, because you have made it nighttime. For example, Rosh Chodesh, like last night, if you ate after you daven Maariv early, or let's say the first night, when it was on Tuesday night, Rosh Chodesh, if you daven Maariv, then you're koveh, it's nighttime, and therefore you'd say Yalav Yova, even though it's bright sunshine outside, because you've been koveh, shav yalayla. Even if you're making up, you miss mincha, and you're davening Maariv again, but you don't do tachanun again in that situation, because you've already davened Maariv, and you've made it nighttime. There is a minhag, like we said the other day, to say shir hamalas before Maariv. The rog and likros kaira, the tzarich likros shema betoich divrei Torah. You should say the shema on the back of divrei Torah. And the reason why we choose this mizmor, so it's referring to nighttime. Etc. For that reason. So just to summarize, a person comes late. The best thing is come early to shul, avoid all problems. But it happens. You come late to shul. So if you estimate, if they've already started Shemoneh Esrei, if you can estimate, you can daven Shemoneh Esrei and still catch the Kaddish at the end, you can do that and say Shema afterwards. If they're in the middle of brachas Kriya Shema or Shema, then you have to estimate. If you can get to Shema Amei Yisrael Lo'ad at the end, then do that, and you just skip Baruch Hashem Lo'elam Amen V'Amen, and daven Shemoneh Esrei with them, because Tefillah B'Tzibur takes precedence, and Baruch Hashem Lo'elam Amen V'Amen, you say it afterwards. There are those who say you do, some say you don't, but the minhag would be, according to the Mishnah Berurah's advice, is to skip the bracha at the end, not to make a bracha out of it, because if you've already done Shemoneh Esrei, then there's no point in saying Baruch Hashem Lo'elam Amen, because it was instituted to replace the Shemoneh Esrei. The Seder. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much a summary. Okay.